Hey class, this is Porter's 5 generic competitive strategies. So I just wanted to share with you a little bit. So this week, week 4, you're reading, a case study, and there's a couple of articles in there. And then here in the video, I talked about Porter's 5 generic strategies. So I just wanted to share with you a little bit about this. So what it is Michael Porter, being a Harvard PhD in economics, engineering background, created this idea that there were five real strategies, right? And the book talks about 4. You can Google this; it'll say 4 or 5, whatever it is. People use different ideas. So at the end of the day, it comes down to this: is that you have a low cost strategy. So overall low cost strategy, that would be Walmart. They're competing on price only. Where you have then you have a broad differentiation strategy. So I'm trying to be different. I want to be unique in the marketplace. And that could be Target, where they're bringing in named people who specialize, Jacqueline Smith, like in clothing or something like that, where they're bringing in Massimo, bringing in other people to kind of think about ideas. So then you have focused low-cost strategy, where you have a narrow buyer market segment, right? And so, perhaps that's maybe that's Southwest Airlines, right? Low-cost airline. So that's not right. Hey, class, this is Frank. So Porter's 5 generic strategies, which I mentioned in the week 4 video, is this outline right here. And so you have two segments, right? You have low cost and differentiation, and then you have a broad cross section of the buyers and a narrow segment of the buyers. And then this particular one, it talks about the best cost provider strategy, right? And so you have the idea of overall low cost leaders, right? Walmart. So they compete solely on price. That's their deal. Versus a broad differentiation strategy, so going after a large segment of the marketplace, and so that could be, if we stay with clothing, that could be Target. They bring in like designers for different areas, and so they're trying to appeal to a larger section, not focus strictly on price. Look at Target's tagline that they use. So they're kind of in the idea of they want to get a lot of buyers, but we want to compete. We don't want to compete with Walmart strictly on price, right? Versus a focused low cost strategy where it's a narrow buyer segment, or a market niche, right? And so I think Southwest Airlines might fit in here, only because we're only looking for, it's still a low cost. I mean, their idea has been a low cost, airline leader. That's how they started. And their idea was looking for people who wanted to fly at a low cost. So the narrow buyer segment would be only those people who are flying. Not everyone flies. And that who didn't care about how many stops they had to make along the way, just getting there cheap. So I think they could fit in there. Versus a focused differentiation strategy, could be, so that would be like Lamborghini, right? Maybe Tesla, where they're, Lamborghini fits in there perfectly because of the narrow buyer segment. Tesla might fit in there because not everyone wants to drive an electric vehicle, at least today. And so those are the ideas. So as you kind of think through, you read the assignments, read through different things, you're thinking about the strategies. These are the strategies that are out there. And then obviously you have this, in this particular case, the best cost provider strategy. So it really comes down to is what's best for your company, right? If we look at cars, Honda might fit into that best cost provider strategy where they have, or Toyota, right? So they have the higher end, Lexus for Toyota, all the way down to, Toyota Corolla, right? Honda, right, has the Acura, and all the way down. Even if you look at Hyundai started out just with a small car, cheaply priced, but their Genesis model, it's over 50 grand. And they have, the kind of cars that can fit in any classification, right? Dollar segment. So anyway, so you want to look at, these different ideas as you think about your think about the assignment, think about the discussion, think about what you're writing. Is where's the strategy? And as you kind of think through your own business that you're putting together, your team is like, what strategy do you think we're going to use? Are we going to be a differentiator in the marketplace? Are we going to be a broad one, going after a large segment of the population? Are we going to be very narrow focused? Because it doesn't, it's whatever makes sense to you, right? Think about Stitch Fix. Went public 6 months ago, I think. And, it's for those people who want to, have someone pick clothes out for them and ship them to their house. That's not me. But there are a lot of people that are out there that are playing along with them. And, they went public. And so they're doing something right? I mean, we looked at Birchbox earlier, right? So again, doing something well. So the question is, what am I doing? Am I competing on price? Am I competing on in a narrow market? Am I competing in a broad market? What do I do? So think about those as you finish your work through your own particular team's assignment on what company or what business are you trying to run, as well as looking at for this week. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you.